Mga baboy kayong mga politiko kayo, tigilan nyo yang paglustay sa pera ng bayan, hindi naman lahat ha, pero dami na ngayong mga politiko ganid sa kapangyarihan, ang nasa isip ang makakulimbat sa pera ng bayan at puro na lang insertion nandyan ang 500 bilyon ayuda, 176 bilyon DPWH non-program, 26.7 AKAP Fund, 14 na bilyon Tchatcha, 2 bilyon Travel Fund. Mga buwakaw kayo at mga magnanakaw sa pera ng bayan, buhay pa kayo, at sinusunog na ang mga kaluluwa nyo sa impyerno. Mga baboy at mga hayop kayo, at ngayon lang na administrasyon ito nangyayari.
Sa TUPAD program ng DOLE, at pati na rin sa ibang social programs. Pangarap ba ito ng mga nangangailangan o pangarap ng iilan lamang? Umaabot ba talaga ang ayuda sa mga kapuspalad? O napupunta lang ba ito sa kamay ng mga ganid na politiko? I ask these questions, Mr. President, as we expose another sordid variant of the so-called ayuda scam. I recently received 2 videos on this modus. In the first one, a victim from Barangay Balumbato in San Juan City states that he was approached by the staff of a councilor, binigyan siya ng transaction code para sa Palawan Express at inutusan siya na i-claim ang 7,500 pesos na tupad. Pero sabi ni councilor, 1,000 lang daw ang mapupunta sa biktima, sa beneficiary. Ang 6,500 pesos naman, ikakaltas at isasantabi para daw po kay mayor. I will not name the councilor or the mayor, basta pareho po silang tiga San Juan. Let the videos speak for itself. Ito po.
Sir Rafi, magandang gabi sa inyo. May concern lang po ako kasi po sa kakuha lang namin kanina ng pera sa TUPAD. Tapos yung nagbigay sa amin noon ng code sa Palawan, isa sa may-ari ng inuupahan namin at saka staff po siya ni Paul Arcadi. Ngayon po, ang sabi sa amin, pag na-withdraw na namin yung pera, 1,000 lang daw yung kukunin namin. Yung 6,500 daw, ibigay sa kanila para daw yun sa kay Mayor. Yun po yung sabi. Tapos po, hindi ko po matanggap yun kasi po yung pera na po yun, yung makukuha ko, itulong ko po sana sa tiyuhin ko na may gouty po, hindi na po nakakalakad.
We have a second video, Mr. President. Pinapakita naman dito ang mga kasabwat habang kinokolekta ang binibilang at cut po ng mga opisyales.
Ayan sinasabi dito, magtatanong ang tao. Baka sinabi ko na sa'yo yan, ay maniwala sa akin.
Sa taas kasi yan.
Kakasuhan kayo yan.
Kaya nga,
Kahit na hindi naman sito makakasuhan.
yung sa taas nun.
Hindi na yung kasuhan nyo.
Yung mawak nito, kasi pupunta sa dulo ito mag-iimbestiga yung dulo niya.
Oo nga, pero taro sa akin, binigyan ko na kayo ng
Oo, tama yun.
Basta ko dyan.
Hindi ko pa nakuha.
Hindi po.
Ay, lahat ng pero, nakabagay.
Kaya nga, sila nga mayroong kinotsa kasi G.
Meron din ako, hindi ko lang ako.
Pwede natin ilakad dyan sa nakakataas.
Alam mo kasi pinakamano dyan, kahit pa paano, hindi tayo ng trabaho, nagkakaroon naman tayo.
Pero alam mo, kinukonsinti natin sila.
Yun yung sinabi ko eh.
Alam mo, maling-mali yan.
Yun na sinabi ko kay Tom.
Lahat ng politiko,
Parang sinabi
ganyan.
mong, kinonsinti
Ito,
ng
1,000.
mayor sa pagnanakaw.
Oo.
Basta hindi tayo nagdakaw sila.
Ganoon na rin yung kumain tayo sa nakaw.
Hindi, pero sila kasi sa atin maliit lang eh. Maliit na kasalanan lang. Hindi tayo, hindi ko.
O, isa pa. Ipabilang mo muna dyan.
Mr. President, my dear colleagues, these videos were originally addressed to our colleague, Senator Tulfo, and they provide a clear answer to my questions earlier. Hindi natupad ang pangarap ng mabiktima ng ayuda scam, pero ang pangarap ng mga opisyales, tupad na tupad. Ang 7,500 pesos na ayuda, naging 1,000 pesos na transfer fee. Ang 6,500 pesos, naging cash in ng mga ganid na politiko, tulad ni Mr. Mayor at Mr. Councilor. Kaya nila siguro bininaan sa Palawan Express para express lane ang pagkupit. In fact, hindi nga ito simpleng kickback, remittance na po ito. But all jokes aside, Mr. President, this is not the first time that TUPAD has been mired in controversy. And no less than the Commission on Audit noted major irregularities in the program in 2021 and 2022. In fact, ayon sa salaysay ng ilang beneficiary, ang TUPAD ay pinapamigay bilang pamasko sa mga kapitan at kagawad sa aming pong minamahal na lungsod ng San Juan. 15,000 sa bawat kapitan at 7,500 sa bawat kagawad. Pero kung kalaban ka, hindi ka kasama sa Christmas party. Ang kailangan lang gawin, magbigay ng pangalan at sila po ang tatayong beneficiaries, pero yun po ang ginagawang pamasko. Mga kapamilya, kamag-anak o kaibigan nila nakapangalan dahil hindi nga po eligible ang mga barangay officials sa TUPAD. Yung AIX rin pinamimigay sa mga barangay officials at ginagamit ito bilang incentive sa mga tigas City Hall. For the record, my colleagues, there are about 350 to 500 job order employees in San Juan right now. Dati po, wala na ho kaming job orders, pero ito po, karamihan ay for political accommodation. And these ayuda scams are even worse in the countryside. If these can be perpetrated in the heart of Metro Manila, it stands to reason that these are worse in the far-away provinces. Nakita na ito sa ating mga pagdinig sa Senado, umaalingasaw ang baho ng mga samut-saring ayuda scam sa mga probinsya. Sa mga hearing ni Senator Bato, naungkat ang scam sa educational assistance ng DSWD. Sa hearing naman ni Senator Amy, nakita natin kung paano ginamit ang ayuda para pondahan ang Politicians Initiative o ang PI. When ayuda is not lining pockets, it is filling in fraudulent forms. Nakakapanghinayang at nakakasuka dahil ang pera na dapat para sa mga kapuspalad nagiging puhunan ng mga makapangyarihan. These aid mechanisms have become instruments for political interests. Instead of going to beneficiaries, they are used to reward allies and bankroll operators. In other words, they are used for patronage politics. Ang masama pa dito, winawaldas nila ang kaban ng bayan, ika nga nila. Pinakamasarap sa politika ay ang ipamigay mo ang pera na hindi sa iyo, pero ikaw, sa iyo napupunta ang pagkapogi. In the case of Mr. Mayor, Mr. Councilor, hindi lang pinamigay, pinagkakitaan pa. Nakalungkot rin, Ginoong Pangulo, when you factor in the ballooning fiscal cost of these social protection programs in the past decade. Because we know that when our annual spending increases, and probably so does the annual stealing. Let's look at how the funding for these programs ballooned in the past decade. In 2014, the Crisis Intervention Program had a 4.09 billion budget. Nung kasagsagan ng pandemya, it was 8.73 billion. Ngayong 2024, kung kailan wala ng pandemya, ang halaga nito ay nasa 34.26 billion pesos na. TUPAD had a 1.02 billion budget in 2014. During the 2020 pandemic, it was 6.78 billion. Ngayong 2024, kung kailan wala na ang pandemya, ang halaga nito ay 29.57 billion. Ang Pantawid Pampamilya Program had a 62.61 billion budget in 2014. During the 2020 pandemic, it was 101.76 billion. Sa 2024, kung kailan walang pandemya, may halaga ito ng 106.3 billion. For the record, Mr. President, nung una akong hinilal bilang San Juan District Representative in 2010, I can remember the Pantawid program only had a meager 10 billion peso budget. Ngayon, dinagdag pa ang ayuda sa Kapos ang Kita program. Bago na naman po ito, o AKAP. Ang budget nito ay nasa halagang 26.7 billion pesos. What about the big picture, Mr. President? According to DBM estimates, only 6.26% of the national budget was allocated to social protection in 2014. Ibig sabihin, sa bawat 100 piso ng budget noon, 6 na piso ang ginagasto sa programa tulad ng Pantawid, AIX at TUPAD. In contrast, 12 out of every 100 pesos in the national budget will be spent for social protection in 2024, and that amounts to 745.67 billion pesos in taxpayers' money. These alarming increases require important questions. First, are these still temporary interventions? Or are they dole outs which encourage dependency? Sabi nga nung isang kasabwat, kahit di tayo nagtrabaho, nagkakaroon tayo ng pera. Hindi na yata ito crisis intervention kung taon-taon pumipila ang mga benepisaryo. This assistance program should only be a temporary measure. Dapat may exit mechanism which will connect beneficiaries to employers and jobs. And in the long term, we should focus on generating decent and fulfilling jobs instead of pouring billions into emergency employment programs. Just like what we have just sponsored earlier, the Bulacan Airport and Economic Zone. Yan po ang mga dapat nating ginagastusan because it will really produce genuine and inclusive growth and jobs. In fact, when I was mayor of San Juan in 2007, we had the lowest poverty rate of 2.97 among all municipalities. We achieved this because we generated jobs for all our residents. On the national level, we can generate jobs by spending on infrastructure like roads, ports, and railways. This will spread growth to the countryside and generate decent and fulfilling jobs for all Filipinos. For the record, Mr. President, just 1/4 of that 745.67 billion amount could have funded the whole 163.7 billion peso railway program for 2024. To remind the body, the bulk of the rail budget for this year is now under the unprogrammed fund. It could have funded the 639-kilometer PNR long haul, which is worth 175.32 billion. That project could have cut the travel time to Bicol from 12 hours to just 6 hours. And more importantly, that could have created growth nodes, growth areas along the way, and again, provided jobs and opportunities to a lot of people from Laguna, Quezon, Batangas, all the way to Bicol. It could have paid for phase 1 of the Mindanao Railway project, which is worth 81.7 billion pesos. And it could have bankrolled phase 1 of the Metro Manila subway that alone could transport 370,000 passengers per day and help avert the Carmageddon in our national capital. And that 745.67 billion could have built several kilometers of new roads and several classes with 3 floors each. To conclude, my dear colleagues, the scams perpetrated by politicians do not just bankrupt our nation's wallet. They also break our nation's spirit. They make us turn against each other instead of working together to build a stronger nation. And that is the rot which sinks deepest. As a great man once said, the most damaging crimes against society are those perpetrated by hoodlums in suits and hoodlums in barong Tagalog. Hindi po nandito yon. But we have a chance to make it right. We have an opportunity to change welfare as I know it. To borrow from the great Lee Kuan Yew, we can build a fair society and not just a welfare state. We should dole out opportunities and not entitlements. We can do that by building better and more infrastructure. We can spread growth to the countryside. Let's pave roads to progress and lay the track towards inclusive growth. Let us spread the development and create opportunities, especially in the countrysides. Let us revisit the role for social protection programs. They should function as a safety net and not as a fiscal buffet. Higpitan natin ang safeguards so that beneficiaries will receive what is due to them. Lagyan rin natin ng time-bound exit mechanisms so that they will not become dependent. And strengthen the connection between welfare and work so our people can transition from aid to employment. And most importantly, reduce political involvement in the distribution of social aid. Let's take the people's money out of the hands of figures like Mr. Mayor and Mr. Councilor and help our people help themselves instead of fostering a culture of dependence. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.